Tansei, Bonjour, Anin. My name is David McLeod. I'm a proud member of the Pine Creek First Nation, located in Manitoba. And it's my privilege to be here with you this evening. OHSOTO'KINO is an Indigenous programming initiative of the National Music Center. And before we begin, we'd like to recognize some folks. But firstly, of course, we want to recognize that we are on the homelands of the Blackfoot Confederacy. Let's give it up, Blackfoot Confederacy. Including the Siksika, Pagani, Kainai, Stoney, Nakota First Nation, Tsuut'ina First Nation, and we'd also like to recognize that Calgary is the home of the Métis Nation of Alberta Region 3. We have to also recognize our sponsors. We'd like to recognize TD, and we'd also like to recognize some staff as well, some key staff members. Adam Fox, where's Adam Fox? There he is. Adam Fox. Jesse Moffat, give it up for Jesse Moffat. Daniel Oak, get out here. You got to say hi to everybody. Come and say hi. Come on, come and say hi. Daniel O, he's been working it like crazy. Jamie Miller and Andrew Mosker. Sorry, Andrew. So let's give it up for them. And a big thank you to the NMC staff who are working it here today. We got camera people, we got audio, we got lots going on. Big tech crew. For those of you who don't know, OHSOTO'KINO is an Indigenous programming initiative. It focuses on three elements. One is making use of these incredible studio. The facilities here are world class. Another one is the Speak Up exhibition, which, how many people have seen the Speak Up exhibition? Yes. Recognizing Indigenous artists throughout history, making social change through music. We'd also like to recognize that the program has an incubator program, and that's why we're here tonight. We have 5 incredible artists for the last 5 days who've been learning, expanding their minds, their talents, talking about Spotify. When you learn about Spotify, I sat in for that. I had no idea it was that complicated. And getting music to your phones, to your computers, and getting it out to mainstream and, of course, the world. So that's what's happening here. Oh, so yes, where deservingly so. OHSOTO'KINO is a Blackfoot phrase. It means to recognize a voice of. When that word came up, it was instantaneously loved by the committee and the elders that we worked with, to recognize the voice of. And that's something that's special about this program, that's special about what's happening at National Music Center. A lot of institutions across the country for many, many years have not recognized the voice of Indigenous people, the first peoples of the land, and the first people so connected to the spirit of these lands that we live on, Turtle Island. We want to make sure that we mention the Indigenous Programming Advisory Committee, and we have 5 members. So this program is guided by First Nation, Inuit, and Métis people. And again, I have to give credit to National Music Center. This is something that needs to happen in more institutions across the country. We have some incredible people. Steve Wood. We got to give it up for Steve Wood. Alan Grey Eyes, who's sitting up there. Alan, where are you? Let's give it up for Alan. Alan's talking loud, and he hates it when people recognize him, but he'll be loud in the sidelines. Okay, sorry, am I getting too Nietzsche here now? Am I being too honest? But yeah, no, he's an incredible figure within our community. Amanda Riom, she's an incredible artist as well. Let's give it up for Amanda. She's living out in Ottawa. A Métis representation, and Madeline Alekirialiak. There we go. Let's give it up for Madeline. She's an incredible member of our committee. And lastly, Loa Bibi. She's actually finishing her term. She's been with the committee for about 3 years. And she's traveling right now. She's always on the powwow trail, always going to conferences, always busy. And we were very thankful. I sent her a text earlier. I said, I'm going to make sure we mention your name. And I'm going to make sure everybody claps for you as well because you so deserve it. So Loa Bibi. Just want to mention about, it's been 5 days, and I had a chance to sit with all 5 artists and share stories about being here at OHSOTO'KINO and what that experience has been like. And people are away from home. People are away from their loved ones, from their family. People are expanding their careers. People are working towards the cause of their music and their art. And it was interesting today. We had a discussion with Elder Brian Littlechief, and we were sitting in a circle, and he simply goes, "Where does music come from?" And he put his hands up, and everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, he knows the answer." And he said that musicians and artists are instruments of the Creator, and that really was. He just said it, and it really stuck with me this afternoon. And I thought, that is so true. All the artists here have found their way from their communities, from their families, from their regions, to make their art possible. And when we were recording the stories of a lot of the musicians, it was Daniel O said, I don't know if my heart is big enough to hold these stories. And that's what's happening with a lot of the artists within our community, is that they're connecting to their lives, to their stories, and they're branching out, and we're all learning and want to go follow them and listen to their music. So let's give it up for our 5 artists that are sitting up here today that you're wonderfully going to hear. Our first artist, we're going to have 2 artists take an intermission, 20 minutes, and then we're going to have 3 artists after that. So our first artist is Jade Turner. Her family hails from the Misipawistik Cree Nation, and that's in northern Manitoba. English name is Grand Rapids. And she shared her story about being bullied as a little kid. And what she did was she found solace in just being in the bush and writing melodies, writing songs, and that turned into a real love affair, and it turned into a safe place for her. It turned into a go-to place where she found that she could be herself and be free. And so music has become a very important part of her life. She moved through different northern communities, and music is instinctive. It's like breathing. It's like her arm. It's just part of who she is. She's gone on to record several songs that have gotten radio play across the country, and she's developing her career. She's earned nominations with the Western Canadian Music Awards, the Manitoba Country Music Awards, named her Emerging Artist of the Year in 2018. And we're so thrilled to have her here. Joining her on guitar is Tara McLeod. And I don't know if we're related. I'll have to find out. Get my 10%. I think it went up to 15%. I'm just kidding. She's with the band Nice Horse, and she's nominated for Guitar Player of the Year at the 2022 CCMA Awards, which are happening here in Calgary in September. So Calgary's going to go country crazy in a few months. But we're thrilled that she's traveled all the way here. She's been here learning, and she's very excited to share her music. And with that, let's please welcome Jade Turner.
That was her first time getting to hear that she's a CCMA nominated artist. That's crazy. This is really small. I am very glad to be here. I look like a disco ball, and I'm just gonna go like this the whole time somebody else is on, so their whole shiny things can go on while I'm done. The first song we're gonna start off with is a called song, This Song Sucks. This song sucks. I used to play it on repeat back when it was you and me. Had a pretty little shiny ring. This song sucks. You used to sing me every line. Nope, I messed up. A catchy little melody. But I remember what you did to me. I hate that it's still stuck. 'Cause this song sucks. This song sucks. You used to sing me every line, but it was just a lie. Nothing but a waste of time. This song sucks. Yeah, you left me in the dust. I'm lucky that I'm tough. Now I don't really give up. A catchy little melody. But I remember what you did to me. I hate that it's still stuck. 'Cause this song sucks. Just when I started sleeping through the night, just when I think I'm finally feeling alright, just when I start to sing a brand new tune, just when I think I'm finally rid of you. A catchy little melody. But I remember what you did to me. I hate that it's still stuck. A catchy little melody. But I remember what you did to me. I hate that it's still stuck. 'Cause this song sucks. Yeah, this song sucks. I'm so sorry about that. I think that's only my second time performing that song. It's pretty new to me for performing. And this one's even more new, so hopefully I don't mess this one up too. This song is not out, and it won't be out for a long time, but I wanted to play for you guys tonight. I wrote this song a few months ago now with Crystal Shawanda. Out in the schoolyard, I got a real heart. It cut me to the core. That's where I learned how to keep my head down. But I'm not doing that anymore. Whatever the cost is, I'm gonna cut my losses and get right back to being me. Turn off the voices, make my own choices of who I wanna be. They can hate if they wanna hate, but I'm not gonna break, 'cause that just dead weight. is real tough. I don't like feeling this way. Looking at the big screen, but I don't see me. Yeah, something's gotta change. Whatever the cost is, I'm gonna cut my losses and get right back to being me. Turn off the voices, make my own choices of who I wanna be. They can hate if they wanna hate, but I ain't gonna break, 'cause that's just dead weight. Whatever the cost is, I'm gonna cut my losses and get right back to being me. Turn off the voices, make my own choices of who I wanna be. They can hate if they wanna hate, but I ain't gonna break, 'cause that's just dead weight. Oh, that's just dead weight. Oh, yeah. And that's just dead weight. Thank you. Hey. So I just met Tara today, just before I got here. So if you can imagine, I was wearing this, and I pulled up in a scooter. I was like, hey. We're friends now. We're really good friends. This song we wrote for my son, but we also wrote it thinking of our inner child. This is called "Stay Wild Child." If I can go back to the good times, I would slow it down and take it all in. You don't know what you're gonna miss until you're sitting there missing it. If I can tell you one thing, it would be this: stay wild, child. Let your hair blow in the wind. Stay wild, child. Oh, wild child. Don't listen when they try to fence you in. Stay wild, child. My wild child. There will be times when darkness sinks in. Don't let it get to you, just keep rolling. You're the light through the mountains. Baby, don't burn out, just keep shining. Stay wild, child. Let your hair blow in the wind. Stay wild, child. Oh, wild child. Don't listen when I'm gone, please don't forget to live it up and get your feet wet. Stay a wild child, let your hair blow in the wind. Stay a wild child, oh wild child. Don't listen when they try to fence you in. Stay a wild child, oh my wild child. Stay a wild child, stay a wild child, my wild child. Don't listen when they try to fence you in. Stay a wild child, my wild child. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much to Tara today. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited to play with a female. You guys have no idea. Seriously, this is like huge for me, especially Tara. So this is our last song of the evening. This song, I think it's my only one that went in the top 100 for country radio. This song is called Highway Town. I've been living here for what seems like an eternity. Same people, same road. Staying here feels like insanity. I'm sure I'll miss my friends. I'm sure I'll miss my dad. But if I'm gonna grow, I've gotta get out of this hole. This ain't nothing but a highway town. This ain't nothing but a drive-through. No one ever says, man, I think this is where I'll plant my roots. This ain't nothing but a highway town. This ain't nothing but a highway town. Grandma says, my girl, I think you've gone a little crazy. You should stay right here at home with all of your family. I say, yeah, you might be right, but this is something I gotta do. I can't tame this gypsy heart, and I don't want to. This ain't nothing but a highway town. This ain't nothing but a drive-through. No one ever says, man, I think this is where I'll plant my roots. This ain't nothing but a highway town. This ain't nothing but a highway town. I know I'll come back someday. There ain't no place like home, but I'll regret it if I stay. So I've gotta go. This ain't nothing but a highway town. This ain't nothing but a drive-through. No one ever says, man, I think this is where I'll plant my roots. This ain't nothing but a highway town. This ain't nothing but a highway town. Highway town. Ooh. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Tara McLeod. Thank you.
Jade Turner, and let's give it up for Tara McLeod as well on ripping it on guitar. You know, Jade had was it an ear infection?
I have a sinus infection.
Sinus infection, so she went to see the doctor before the show. So it's amazing she's performing tonight. So let's give it up.
Thank you.
We had the privilege of doing an Uber today. She had a radio interview this morning, so I went with her, and that was a lot of fun. But remember, you were telling me about when you were singing and you were closing your eyes, and kids were asking you, how come you close your eyes when you sing? I think there's some people out here want to know right now, how come you close your eyes when you sing?
Oh. Just kidding. I don't know why. Just because. You're just putting me on the spot. But hey, I close my eyes when I sing. That's funny.
Well, I think you said because it felt good and it felt right, something like that.
It did. And plus, I don't like looking at people too much. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
We'll edit that part out. Wait, we're live streaming. We can't edit it out. Everybody be good. Just be good. We are live streaming, so we want to thank everybody who's watching online. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you. We're OHSOTO'KINO. We're coming to you live from the National Music Center in Calgary. Beautiful facility. Let's give it up for this beautiful facility. I just love being here. This is an incredible place. No place like it in the country. So, you know, what was interesting was when we did an interview talking with Jade, she talked about Crystal Shawanda and Shane Yellowbird, who we lost last April, as being huge influences. And that's kind of where we are in terms of Indigenous music history. It was Buffy St. Marie that broke ground when she was on Sesame Street doing shows, and then now we're at a point where we have other artists. But in terms of where we're at historically in the Indigenous community, that's, you know, she had 2 country artists that were charting, doing really well, but it's growing, and that's what we're seeing here. This program is enhancing the Indigenous music in this country ultimately. And the next person we're about to see, oh my goodness, you're in for a treat. You're in for treats the whole evening. But Zoey Roy is Nehiyaw, which is another way of saying Cree. She's also Dene and Métis. She's a spoken word artist. She's an author. She's an MC. She's an activist. She's an educator. And she told me not to introduce her for too long. She's a member of the Peter Ballantyne Cree Nation in Saskatchewan. She uses spoken word to teach and to heal, to celebrate creativity, resilience, and resurgence. Our art combines visual, oral storytelling, and she draws from her life and experiences. If she's out in nature, she talked about this, it's so inspirational. It could be a spider making a web, and she watches that spider make that web, and that inspires her to create art. She's written books that include a memoir, Homecoming, back in 2016, and the Voyageurs, Forefathers of the Métis Nation, 2019. And I need to mention she's performed at the Regina Folk Festival, Calgary Folk Festival, Canada 150, Parliament Hill, Big Sound in Australia, and also Dubai Expo 2001. She's received many awards and honors as well, including the Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Medal back in 2012. So I'll leave it at that. Talented, and you're going to give her a big, big welcome. Give it up for Zoey Roy. Yeah, yeah.
When I forget a poem, I think I must have lost my purpose. The kindling I've used to evoke this emotion shall not be used for my ego's circus. I wish to gift this collection of images I have kept captive freely, like birds from cages or kids from reses. They don't belong here forever. I want to offer this constellation a way that encapsulates a collective passion for healing that I see across all nations worldwide and feel mostly when I'm barefoot and aligned, when I remember I am alive. I don't read my poetry as often as I need. When I speak, my mouth burns blue with the memories. I still see that the sight of old white men with big chests, loud voices, the unwanted caress. But my words are not my weapons, but my wings. They help me stay in the melody of my breath. Sing, a remedy for all I have left. There's no such thing as authority to me anymore. I have given up my control before. Loathe the hope they took as war. Aboard the torrent of tears that I harbored, tore through my scriptures like my thoughts take me farther from my truth. Now I am here. Like Humpty Dumpty, I sway silently, back and forth, like a blue flame that knows how to find a home on a torch. Promises I've made, tales I've sung, have all come trailing back like res kids, all at once. And still I lay awake, strumming the cache of chords in my mind like triggers to the trauma I could have swore I left behind. I like this song though, it's the one I know most. I even dream too honestly. The backpack I fall asleep with still follows me, reminding me of the times I was taught to doubt myself, then left to find a couch. That rush of finding sanction is still haunting me. I've convinced it to believe that I have what it takes, so I carry the weight of this disdain silently, and it's miming what's inside of me. We are here to drift between these stories whispered quietly, between the res, the road allowance, and the city streets. We are simply an anomaly, observed as an oddity, traded as commodities. How peculiar an Indian performance can be. Hi. Thank you so much. The next song I have for you is called Auntie Knows. And this is the first time I get to perform it for my niece, who is joining us here tonight. So, shout out to all the aunties. Code to the heart of gold, gave warmth to those stuck in the cold. Instead of going astray, you found a stray who needed love. You'd let them know it's okay, it'll be alright. You're safe now when you're in my sight. Yeah, tell them how it goes. Auntie knows, Auntie knows, Auntie knows, Auntie knows, Auntie knows, Auntie knows. Tell them how it goes. I can't deny I miss all the times we played together through all your life. Right from the day you could take a step, you made it known that you're the best. I can't deny our bond is strong. Ever since you were small, you come along. I take you everywhere so you can hear what they have to share. As you grew each year, so did my fears. I saw the storm coming near. I saw the truth in the lies. I knew we'd find a way to be alright. You became my teacher, you grew so wise. Never let them in the way of a life you like. Whenever you say that it's time to rise, you're the one to repeat and about the grind. You stay within your light, persevere, sacrifice. You are my sunshine, the brightest star in the darkest nights. Dream, the world is yours. All you need is all that serves. Keep that glow, and she knows. You stay within your light, persevere, sacrifice. You are my sunshine, the brightest star in the darkest nights. Dream, the world is yours. All you need is all that serves. Keep that glow. You kept the code to the heart of gold, gave warmth to those stuck in the cold. Instead of going astray, you found a stray who needed love. You'd let them know it's okay, it'll be alright. You're safe now when you're in my sight. Yeah, tell him how it goes. And he knows, 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 and he knows. Tell him how it goes. And he knows. Thank you. Shout out to Jasmine. I didn't cry. I cry when I sing that song and I miss her, so I'm so happy she's here. So I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. I call Saskatoon home, and the instrumentals you've heard so far from my wonderful partner in the back. His name is Peter Ballantyne. He goes by O-Beats, and he is my partner in life and in music. And yes, give it up for Omar. Yeah. And can you please put your hands together one time for Jasmine? As you can probably tell by now, I needed a lot of witnesses growing up. I call myself community-made, a product of community, living proof that communities who work together work. And when I was a young auntie and growing up alongside Jasmine, and it was a real big honor to show her all I knew. But it wasn't too long before she started revealing who I really was. And I really appreciate kinship and relationality more so because of her. So I just want to share that family really matters. All right, let's keep it moving. This is a new song. Run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away, run away. I'm the one who's been saying be strong, it won't last long. Let's start over, let's start over. Sorry about that, yeah. Let me introduce that song. So this song I wrote a few days ago, and you know, sobriety is important in my life right now, but sobriety is revealing. There's lots inside of me, and grief is actually something that I have to really get used to and live. And I used to try to avoid it, try to deke out grief, but I'm learning how to live with it. And that's what this song is. There we go. Run away, run away, run away. Run away, run away, run away, run away. I'm the one who's been saying, be strong, it won't last long. So I've been looking in the mirror, I've been searching for a home in the swarm when I know that it's not safe here. Creator knows I found trouble, a way to huddle, stay small in the come up. No one likes you with your dubs up. Now what? We find our way to family relief. Do what it takes to meet our needs. Repeat. Life doesn't happen at ease. 3 strikes. I wanna live my life. There's a prize. 3 strikes. I wanna live my life. There's a prize. 3 strikes. There's a prize. 3 strikes. There's a war in my head, eroding dread from the dead, provoking me to wreak bleak havoc instead. A breathing in for 5, I'm all out, open casket, heart beating against my eyes. I don't mean to be drastic, I've been having my doubts sinking into the couch. I know it's not attractive, I've been spelling it out a little too long in my diary songs. I'm just hoping you could sing along. I'm the one who's been saying, be strong, it won't last long. Could've swore I was looking in the mirror. I've been searching for a home in the swarm when I know that it's not safe here. Creator knows I found trouble, a way to huddle, stay small in the come up. No one likes you with your dubs up. Now what? We find our way to family relief. Do what it takes to meet our needs. Repeat. Life doesn't happen at ease. 3 strikes. I wanna live my life. There's a prize. 3 strikes. I wanna live my life. There's a prize. 3 strikes. There's a prize. 3 strikes. I heard here's an invitation. You might feel an inclination to look inside for your light with fascination. Hold on to that vibration like your source to all creation. I know you fear your own elation. You can't afford to wait when your world is in a trance, waiting for a chance to take the escape plan. There will always be demands, needy hands, the road is long. Take a stand like you belong. I heard, be strong, it won't last long. Could've swore I was looking in the mirror. We're all searching for a home in the swarm when we know that it's not safe here. Creator knows we find trouble. Is the story thing? Damn. Run away, run away, run away. Run away. Yeah, thank you. I just wrote that. That was the first time I got to perform it for an audience, so thank you. Okay, so my next track for you, I'm just gonna keep it moving because I have a long set. The next poem is called The Tree. It's still along the same lines of I'm sad. My love waits curiously beneath the big tree at the playground, yearning to feel the joy of the last monkey bar, of the fast pursuit to the bottom of the slide, of a new friend to swing with. My heart waits in the tree shadow, fully braced, wondering what this is supposed to feel like. My love asks my heart, why don't we just go play? Quickly shot back with a tongue snap. My heart reminds my love that we are afraid. If you want to go so bad, then go and escape. Just know that you are breaking that promise I told you we made. My love goes back to hide in my heart. My heart holds tight to my love through this guise of keeping it safe. Every breath it expects will erase a little bit of my shame. If I let myself down, at least I know I am to blame. But my tears put my flame out again, and this is my safe place. At least these are the narratives that I've replayed. It It is not enough to be tamed when my heart is so wild like me. My veins pump this blood so violently. I mistake the dance between the fear of being seen with the need to be free for anxiety. So I make friends with this tree. It's gentle in the way that it speaks. It's a giant like me, but so far from a beast. It doesn't mind my need to breathe. So it lets me lean here and catch my breath. Gives me air and lets me rest. It calms me down and shares its depth. It lets me know it's trying its best. It calms me down and makes me forget who I am hiding from. It reminds me that it will be here, even if I want to go out and play. It will see me slide and swing, and I can look back, and that'll be okay. I can make a friend, and that friend will have a name, and I can tell the tree all about it when I come back again. My heart has a lot to learn from this tree. Its ability to let me be free without judgment. Welcome me back with an invitation to hug. And this is all my love is trying to be. So this is my second time at the National Music Center. And the first time, I was amongst a cohort who got to perform at the Calgary Folk Fest. And that was a really good time. I was given a tour of this place by Amy Willier, late Amy, and we hit it off instantly, as you could probably imagine. You know, you don't have to look too deeply into joy to see how it can emerge from pain. Miss Moonstone creation. We all know she was made from stardust. One time, after giving me advice over chat, I tried paying her a compliment with, "You're a smart cookie." And she replied in a way that made me know that I had some searching to do. She said, "I'm a guided cookie." I knew I wanted to be a guided cookie too. And there I was, standing in my own Eve. What I know now is that what you put into the universe, it can become. Believe it to be true, and it is. Welcome back, my friend. It's the comeback for me. Here we don't have to pretend. You'll tend to my philosophy. What's good for you when it was good for me? We are both two guided cookies. We can take the reins if we want control, or let it go like it's time to boogie. All I want to be is a guided cookie. All I want to be is a guided cookie. All I want to be is a guided cookie. A guided cookie. I'm like a buffalo who got back their horns. Showing off, let them be adored. Taking for a spin, they will never be ignored. We out here with our bison friends, living our dream and wanna skate with. Singing, 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 woo! All I want to be is a guided cookie. All I want to be is a guided cookie. All I want to be is a guided cookie. A guided cookie. We all want a second chance to make it right when we're not. We all know that dance of sorting out our knots. We're all monkeys in the middle, super little. With just a little wiggle, we could really have a shot. Tap way, we're sorting out the pots. We're slowing down our mission, stop at all our favorite spots. Go visit with the four-legged, looking like a rookie. Ask them for their stories, the oldies but the goodies. All I want to be is a guided cookie. All I want to be is a guided cookie. All I want to be is a guided cookie. Oh, looky, a guided cookie. All I want to be is a guided cookie. All I want to be is a guided cookie. All I want to be is a guided cookie. Oh, looky, looky, a guided cookie. Thank you so much. I love you too. Okay, I have one more for you. Listening is transformative, a gift surmised from lives that have truly been lived. The quieter you are, the more you can hear. The weaving of elation, destruction, and poise. The summation of entire stories found beyond the storyteller's voice. Listening helps to cut through the noise. Watch us improvise in waves with peculiar detail. The art of oration alive in curated tales. Creation never fails to be interesting. Our subconscious moves us all from myopia into the cosmos, where I am a star, like you, in flow. Life bestowed, free the ego, it's had its show. The currents I've rushed through left me entangled, battling too hard in my own triangle. I consign myself to indigence, for I am indigenous. Holding on to my shackles, I left myself dangled. We each have a song for our sundry angles. There were new waterways at my feet when I walked out freely from my cage. I withdrew from the luxury of rage for a change. Succumb to the waves. Let the river have its way. Trust the flow knows its pace. Movement a consequence of time. There is no race. And here I go, into the abyss. I realize my old tools don't work for this. So here I am, again, playing pretend, like a 3-year-old who won't come back in. I am inspired to live in a way that incites me to be creative. Ask myself to be poetry for a creator who invites me with all the worries I've worn, my masks, my thorns, all of me as I am. Zoey Tree. Thank you. Hi. Can I ask one thing?
Zoey Roy, everybody, let's give it up. Yeah, beautiful. When we were chatting with Zoey, when we were doing an interview, she has a true wondrous view of life, and she works with children quite a bit. And she sees the potential in children, the wonderment in children, the inspiration of children. It makes you want to feel like you're a cookie. I love that. I thought that song was wonderful. We're at that point in our program right now where we're going to take a 20-minute break, and when we come back, we have 3 more artists for you. And it's an incredible night because you're hearing some new music, and these are true artists. They're taking chances. They're coming out here. They're learning, And it's great that we can be here together like this. So thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to being back with us in about 20 minutes. So enjoy. Chimagwech. Welcome back, OHSOTO'KINO. We have a total of 5 incredible Indigenous acts from many regions of the country, and we appreciate you back. I'd like to say hi to Cindy and Ethan, which is Daniel Go's wife and little boy. So give it up for Daniel Go. Daniel Go is sitting right there. Thank you. Your dad helped do a lot of work tonight, so you know. So yeah, that's it's great to see your family here. Who's ready for more music? You know, when we were doing the interviews, one of the things that came up was, what is Indigenous about this song? What's Indigenous about your music? And a lot of artists kind of sometimes get tired of that question. And basically, like when we were doing the interviews with all 5 artists, it came down to connections to family, family, place, history, and intergenerational trauma, which is a real thing. And our next artist is connected with that historic reality in this country. Electric Religious is a project by Métis singer-songwriter Brandon Baker. He has guitar-driven music that's been described as bursting with inspiration, insight, and hope. He's deeply influenced by psychedelic sounds of Jimi Hendrix. Any Jimi Hendrix fans here? Yeah. Wow, we got a few. His band's name actually comes from Jimi Hendrix. Electric Religious is not a religious project, and I was actually talking to Brandon. I'm like, well, if you had to write gig, would it be? Anyways, I'm going off topic. As they say, I'm going off script. But the Jimi Hendrix quote said, when I get up on stage, that's my whole life. That's my religion. My music is electric church music. I am electric religion. And that's a quote from Jimi Hendrix that inspired the name of his band, which is basically Brandon working with incredible, talented musicians led by his songwriting. A lot of his, some of his songwriting explores the powerful themes such as displacement, intergenerational trauma, and he talked about how trauma affected his life. What happened is his family were displaced. His family experienced road allowances as Métis people. His family experienced residential school as Indigenous people. So when you look at a timeline, we're not talking thousands of years here. We're talking people that he knew, and then people that he knew that knew that knew. So it's not ancient history. It's something that's very real and tangible that affected him as an artist. So we're thrilled that he's here this evening. Please give a warm Calgary welcome for Electric Religious.
This microphone is the perfect height. Give it up for the staff here at NMC. That is impressive. One slight adjustment here because I feel like I'm going to hit the stand with the body of my guitar. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Brandon Baker. I perform under the moniker Electric Religious. I'm a Métis artist from Treaty 6. I was born in Prince Albert, Saskatchewan. But I've lived up in Edmonton for the last 13 years. But I am proud that I've lived my entire life on the North Saskatchewan River. It's a very powerful body of water that provides life to a lot of people and animals and creatures and crawlies and all our relations. I grew up playing mostly traditional Métis music in the form of my brother, who is a world champion fiddle player. His name is Nathan. He is a fantastic fiddle player, but we both got our start at our cousin John Arcan's fiddle camp on Windy Acres in Saskatoon, or just outside of Saskatoon. It's where I met a lot of friends and lifelong friends and loved ones that I still know to this day. And I feel like every time I go back to Windy Acres, I meet a new cousin or two, sometimes like 10. It's amazing how many people you're related to, and I think everybody everybody knows that when you just look at your family tree. It's just incredible how far it goes back in the branches that sprout from those seeds of our ancestors. The song that I want to start with tonight is actually kind of like a mission statement, an artistic mission statement, and it's not my song. It's by a songwriter, a Canadian songwriter whose name is Ray Bell. He is a guitar player and a songwriter who has been for many years, and we met at the John Arcan Fiddle Fest. And he sang this song, and I'll see if I can get through it without crying, because it means so much to me. It's called Martin Box, and guitars sometimes are called boxes or axes, like a git box or pass me that axe, I'm gonna shred a solo type thing. And so he wrote this song about this guitar through the perspective of the guitar having a relationship with him, and I think any musician in the audience can understand that relationship that you have with your instrument after spending 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 hours crafting your skills, and it becomes a part of you. Anyways, this song is called Martin Box. This old Martin Box guitar, it could tell a tale or two about a young man's dreams. Some survived and some fell through. For these past 20 years, it's seen them come and go. The ups and downs, the good and bad, the ebb and flow. He would relate this path I've walked if this old Martin Box could talk. Church and played the bars. He's been around and paid his dues. Took the train and slept in cars. Jumped for joy and sang the blues. He plays the songs the cowboys sing. Piano rags and fiddle tunes. Rockabilly and western swing. In concert halls and motel rooms. This old Martin Box could cry, he could tell you of the tears that fell from these brown eyes for these past 20 years. He'd tell of tears of joy when the friendship started. Tell of tears of pain when the loved ones parted. He'd tell of lonely days inside if this old Martin Box could cry. Where love resides, he built from solid spruce with rosewood back and sides. And in December snow, he keep us from the cold. No winter wind could pass through the wood, worth more than gold. And every room with laughter filled, if this old Martin Box could build. Household names complete unknowns. Basement jams and made some noise. The
Beatles and the Rolling Stones. Looking back, he see the change. Watch the years go one by one. Every day he feels his age, but every day he feels he's just begun. If this old Martin boss could feel, he could tell you what it's like to be caressed by steel that cuts him like a knife, to feel the metal sliding up and down his soul, the prodigal son at the crossroads coming home. He would relate this path I've walked if this old Martin box could talk.
Thank you. In my project as Electric Religion, I told you I couldn't get through it without at least choking up, crying around. It's been a whole theme this week, crying around. And I was like struggling all week not to cry because I felt like they just make fun of me. I'm just kidding. As my project Electric Religious, we play with drums and guitars and bass, and we're a big, loud rock band. And so I'm really thankful just to stand here, and play my guitar and sing some songs. And this next one actually goes out to a gift. It's a gift that goes out to all my friends from Manitoba, especially from Winnipeg. This song is very nostalgic for me because I first heard it on CBC Radio 1 on the channel on the show Drive with Rich Stir Fry. It's not his name; it's Rich Tur Fry. But I could never understand what the heck was going on with that name. Anyways, I heard this song, and I was driving to teach at a guitar and fiddle camp in Kenosee, Saskatchewan, southern Saskatchewan. And I was driving from Regina to Kenosee, and the song came on, and I had to stop the car because I could not concentrate on staying between the lines because I just thought this song was so good. And I don't know what was going on with me at the time, but it really meant something to me. And I just would like to share it with you. It's by a band called The Ducks. They're from Winnipeg, Manitoba, and this one's called You Don't See It.
If I could show you how I feel, I'd hear sweet heaven sing your song. But I watch you from afar, and my love keeps dragging on. No, I can't wait forever. I can't break my heart like that. So why not call me in off your worn out welcome mat? But you don't see it, you don't know, you don't feel it, you don't come, you don't suffer, you don't fall like the rain. Love has so many faces, and I wonder what my place is. Before you get to love me, a few hearts have got to break. Wish I could set your nights on fire. Wish the passion there weren't gone. Everybody loves you, and I've strung my heart along. No, I can't wait forever. I can't break my heart like that. So why not call me in off your worn out welcome mat? But you don't see it, you don't know, you don't feel it, you don't come, you don't suffer, you don't fall like the rain. Love has so many faces, and I wonder what my place is before you get to love. few hearts have got to break. A few hearts have got to break. Oh, a few hearts have got to break. You don't see it, you don't know, you don't feel it, you don't come, you don't suffer, you don't fall like the rain. Love has so many faces, and I wonder what my place is before you get to love me. A few hearts have got to break. 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 A few hearts have got to break.
In 2019, I was on tour, and one of the tour stops was at Smoky Lake, which is a Métis settlement that's been very well archived. The stories and the people that live there were really well archived by, Daniel, what do you call people that archive things? Oh, thank you. Archivists, thank you. But the story of those people and how they would they crossed the very shallow part of the river just to get on the south side of the North Saskatchewan, and the decimation of the bison and how it just ripped apart their livelihoods and sources of food and clothing. And at that point, I hadn't really done the important work to rediscover my own indigeneity. I mean, my mom had always told me, you and your brother are Métis, and I'd always seen Indigenous people in my life and at family reunions, and my grandma. And I don't know why it took me so long. And it's painful. But this story is not about my pain. This story is about a 17th century Mohawk woman by the name of Gideri Degagwita, and that is Mohawk for Catherine Tekakwitha. And while I was doing research on my family tree, I found out that a lot of my ancestors were also not only from Turtle Island, but from Scotland and France and Belgium. A few in particular. The Campbells came from Scotland and landed on the shores of the Haudenosaunee Nation. All this to say that I discovered this woman, her name is Degeri Degagwita Catherine, but all these things started lining up when I started researching her story. A book that I was reading, just like randomly at the same time as all this was happening, was Leonard Cohen's book, Beautiful Losers. And in part one, he goes on to expound on his love for this woman who's named Catherine, and he explains that she's an Indigenous person from the 17th century, and she's canonized by the Catholic Church as a saint. Imagine that, an Indigenous person being a saint, and that dichotomy was just so interesting, and it just fell in line with me being brought up as a Catholic person, as well as being an Indigenous person, a Métis urban individual. Anyways, I just wanted to share the story of Catherine Tekakwitha for you.
She is standing like a statue on fire, keeps on staring like a doll without a smile, and I fall even deeper in debt, never paying for anything that I've said. walk alone. I see you all around. My love has grown, yeah. If water flows alone, do you let it be? If the sun could see the moon, what would it feel? I'm gonna go back home. Been out for too long, gonna find my own. Back where I'm from. Oh, Catherine, standing there in porcelain. Oh, Catherine, yeah. You went away and life began. Take me to the clouds, I wanna see your scars. Are you Madonna or a lily of the Nile? And I fall even deeper in love with the mohawk flower that watches from above. I walk alone, I see you all around. My love has grown, yeah. If water flows alone, do you let it be? If the sun could see the moon, what would it feel? I'm gonna go back home. Been out for too long, gonna find my own. Back where I'm from. Oh, Catherine, standing there in porcelain. Oh, Catherine, yeah. You went away and life began.
Thank you so much. I've got one more song for you, and I just want to say it's been such a pleasure to be here with all of the other artists and the mentors, and be here at the National Music Center and perform in Studio Bell and see all you. I hope we can connect after the show. I've got merch for sale. Hey. No, I'm just kidding. My partner took it in the car. I forgot that it was in there. My last song is off my first record. I was fortunate enough to make the mistake of not knowing what... Well, it's not a mistake. I didn't know what I was doing releasing my first record. I had no idea. I just put it up, did nothing with it. But a few blessings happened through that. The single that we chose was chosen to be in the top 100 of the CBC Searchlight competition. And it actually made its way to the #1 spot on the Indigenous Music Countdown, which I'm very thankful for. And it spent the last 4 years just kind of being like a bird that's flown the coop and doing a bunch of things around the world that we as artists have no control over. You know, you write and record and release a song, and then people listen to it and stuff happens, and it's just kind of crazy. And so I'm really excited to also announce that I'm recording a new record. And so please keep in touch on social media and follow my website and, you know, all the stuff that you're supposed to do to support an artist. Please do it for myself and the rest of my colleagues. You're here, you're supporting Indigenous music, and please put some dollars behind that because we really need it. This one's called Revolution, and I want to thank you so much. My name is Brandon. I play in a band called Electric Religious. Have a great night.
Choking up It's 4 a.m., the sun's rising, the day begins again. Sleeps in loving, but she's not my friend. She left me last night for another man. The day grows older and I'm still wild. I'm far too restless to be inspired. Outside of these walls is a wonderful world. Listen to the sound, there's revolution lurking in the city. In the city. Listen to the sound, there's revolution lurking in the city. In the city. To love, but she's never gonna love anybody but herself. She only wants to grow, but she's never gonna grow if we always cut her down. Listen to the sound, there's revolution lurking in the city. In the city. Listen to the sound, there's revolution lurking in the city. In the city. But listen to yourself, you got a heartbeat. Yeah, you're sitting pretty, sitting pretty. Listen to the sound, there's revolution lurking in the city. In the city. You can't grow where you've grown. 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 You can't grow.
Thank you so much. My name is Brandon. It's a pleasure.
Let's give it up for Brandon one more time. Electric Religious. Wow. Great voice, great voice. How's everybody doing? So we have had some folk rock, and we have any jazz fans? Anybody play trumpet here? Play some jazz? Who plays jazz? Anybody plays jazz a little bit? Okay, well you're in for a treat. Anybody tried to play jazz? That's why we're here to watch jazz. Our next artist is oh my gosh, he's so inspirational. Chuck Copenace, he's an Ojibway jazz musician. He's based in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Treaty 1 territory. And during OHSOTO'KINO, he shared a lot of stories about, recovery, spiritual awakening, and a real deep connection to music that's actually connected him to tradition, culture, and spirituality. He attended ceremony, and while in ceremony, he heard songs, and those songs spoke to him so deeply that when he held his trumpet, he had to translate what he heard into how he played trumpet. And he approached the elders for that, and they blessed him with that. Yes, what you're doing is a good thing, and it's new. in terms of the community. He also shared that his dream is to work with jazz artists, Indigenous jazz artists, and eventually form a group and get people together from. He's met Indigenous artists that play jazz across North America. And we're still in that time period where people are like, Native people playing jazz? Did you see what's going on in the next room? There's a Native guy with a trumpet. And we're still in that period where people are, thrown by that or curious about it. And he wants to change that. It's just, it's the time. He's performed at the 2020 Indispire Awards in Ottawa. He's performed at the 2018 Guatemala International Jazz Festival. I had a chance to see him do a warm-up show before he went out there. And it's interesting when he plays, his phrasing is really important. He likes to horn in a melody like a singer does, and then take that and meld it with the musicians he plays with. So he has a real awareness of other musicians when he plays, and it's a real treat to introduce him here this evening, so we can also enjoy some jazz sounds. Please give a warm Alberta welcome, a warm National Music Center welcome to Chuck Copenace.
Hello. I think this is at the right height, actually. But yeah, it's a real privilege to be here and to share some music with you guys. This is crazy. So I didn't really feel like I was coming to Calgary until I was like almost here on the plane, because I have two kids. I have a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old, and they had gone to their mom's at 5, and my flight, I had to be at the airport by 7, and I didn't pack anything, and because I was just with my kids. So they left at 5, and then I was just frantically rushing around the house. I was like, I got a flight. And then I was getting rid of anything, just kind of straightening up, making sure the place is secure, and then got to the plane, and then got on the plane, got through security, and then I was like, it wasn't until we actually started flying into Calgary, and I was like, holy crap, this is going to be awesome. I'm really looking forward to this week, but it's been really intense in this last little while, with things opening up and with opportunities, like for musical opportunities opening up for everybody, for all of my peers are super busy right now, and it's real intense. I can't remember where I was feeling this. I was feeling this intensity. Oh, I played with an Indigenous big band in May. All Indigenous big band, jazz guys from all over North America. Like, there were guys that looked like my cousin. I was playing with this trumpet player named Delbert Anderson, an amazing, amazing trumpet player. I think he's coming here soon. He was actually asking me if I could put a band together for him. I don't really know anyone in Calgary, but anyways, he's gonna come here and kick some ass, because he's like, I'm at this level, Delbert's up here, but he totally, it's like he could be, from my home community, and he was third trumpet. There was a lead Cuban trumpet player. There was another Choctaw trumpet player who was the other lead guy, and that was a trumpet section. And I wasn't sure whether I was going to be, where I was going to sit in. I hadn't played in a jazz band since like university, you know, and so I'm 47 now, so that was like I was like 19. Oh my gosh. So anyways, I hadn't played in a jazz band in a really long time. And I was so lucky to be there. I was like the least educated. They were like, these guys had masters of jazz performance, just amazing players. And so I'm hoping that I can help bring those guys all to Canada and just start playing everywhere and just start this process. I'm hoping to start a process of attracting Indigenous people to jazz, you know, and start attracting people to the saxophone, to the trumpet, to the, you know, and it's like a real. I hope I can be. I actually, like, when I went to that jazz band, I remember just thinking, I didn't think I was going to see this in my lifetime. I knew it was coming, because I can see what's happening with Indigenous music, just the amount of talent that is coming forth, you know, is really amazing, you know. And I feel like, you know, we're all. I've said this all week, like this is for emerging artists, but I feel like a lot of the, you know, my peers that are here are kind of like really close to that not being emerging anymore, you know, and becoming really established in the Canadian music scene. And this OHSOTO'KINO is really, I think, really provided a lot of information, and we've been able to share a lot of that experience with each other. And yeah, so I'm just really grateful to be here. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying, is that you know, long story short, when we were playing at this we were standing outside, and we had our instruments, and we were doing a little bit of playing. I can't remember where it was, but people just started like gathering right away. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people walking, and we were just doing a little bit of da-da-da, and like all these people just like right away came over, and like they were trying to like crowd, you know, and we weren't even playing a lot of cool stuff, but I could really feel that energy of people just like, man, like, look, there's live instruments. We got to go over there and we got to see, because things were just opening up, you know. So right now I still, you know, that intensity is still there, a lot of busyness. And yeah. So for tonight, like, usually I have a band. Usually I have at least a trio to play with. So I was kind of thinking, kind of on the plane, what am I going to do tonight? You know, I'll have a showcase at the end of the week, so I got to start getting some material together. And so tonight there's a new tune that I've been working on, and it's in the electronic music vein or genre. And the way that it goes with me is I do a lot of my writing with my keyboard, and then I record, and then I start adding parts to it. And so this one started with a kind of a trancey electronic sound, and then I added a bass line to it, and then I added a little bit of a drum part to it, and then I've got, what I start doing is like I'll start working on melodies that go along with that. And so I whipped up a file this week. Danielle hooked me up with a nice room where I could record my trumpet and do some music stuff. So I'll present that to you. I'm not sure if this is going to go to my live band or if it's just going to stay with me and go like the sequenced route. But yeah, I'll play that one. But I'm going to start with a bit of a tune that I used to play when I was busking in Vancouver, when I lived out there, and It's the version that I'm going to play is Wynton Marsalis version that I totally have loved like as long as I can remember, and it's called "You Don't Know What Love Is." Thank you very much. So, I think one thing about playing the trumpet that I've always kind of had to overcome is there's so much like thinking around the trumpet that exists. You know what I mean? There's like, over the years, like my whole life is like, oh, trumpet. Like when I first started getting good at the trumpet when I was in high school, it was a sound that was totally tied into like porno music. And like there'd be a certain type of song in these old, like, and not that I'm familiar with porno now, but like there was totally like when things would, like, it was just like that funky guitar, you know, just like that's when things were gonna happen, right? And then, but in certain other ones, there'd be this trumpet, this smooth trumpet that would be like boop, boop, boop. And like I had friends that would say, like, you know, always related to that. Luckily, that's not around anymore. Things have changed and moved on. The music has changed, apparently. You know, the soundtracks. I totally would not know anything about that. Like, but yeah, you know, and then, you know, sometimes when I jam with my uncle Billy Joe. Some of you guys might be familiar, Billy Joe Green. He's a blues guitar player, you know, just like a legend in Canadian music. But he grew up with my mom, and they were cousins. So my mom was like, "Oh, my son's a trumpet player. My son's a trumpet player." So every once in a while, I would go sit in on one of his gigs, and I'd be like, "Yeah, I want to play these riffs, you know, like these blues riffs." And whenever I come up to stage, and Billy's like, "Oh, welcome Chuck to the stage," and then he would start playing like a ching 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 ching. Like he wouldn't play Billy Joe music. He would play what he thinks trumpet should go along with trumpet. And I would always just be like, "Oh, well," you know, so I'll play along with that, you know. But there's always been that kind of like mentality, you know, along with trumpet, you know, this idea of what trumpet should be, you know, and you know, so I just thought I'd share that, you know, just like the tune that I just played is kind of like a fusion tune. And right now I'm working on a CD. I have a bunch of songs written, and the songs that I'm going to play, or the songs that are on the CD are fusion songs. Like there's elements of electronic music. I've got a brilliant synth player that's based in Winnipeg named Zach Antel. And so he's added this like electronic layer of kind of a lot of kind of old synth sounds, or like I grew up and playing a lot of electronic music in the 90s, and so some of these songs are tributes to electronic music that I grew up with, the rave culture that I remember, you know, that was, I wasn't into the fluorescent spinny stuff. It was before that, where there was kind of like, you know, adults, and the rave was like underground, and there was just like really cutting edge electronic music, house music, drum and bass, and so that's where the roots of my playing are, in playing that type of music, dance music. So this album is going to have that, and then I've also got this great opportunity to record music that Dave was referring to. There's 2 ceremonial songs that I first heard when I was in the Sweat Lodge. And so just really quick, you know, the story is that I wasn't playing a lot there were times in the early, like from 2004 when I left a band called Moses Mays, and then up until I started my band in 2015, like my current band. There were periods in there where I didn't play at all, and guys like David, guys like Alan Grey Eyes, guys like Jerry Atwell and Vince Fontaine would always be encouraging me. Whenever they saw me, they were like, "Oh, are you still playing trumpet?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I'm kind of not playing at all." And inside, I was like, "I don't know if I'm gonna play again." Because I was kind of starting to feel like my window was closed. You know what I mean? I was like, maybe I missed my window to present my music. Maybe it's not going to happen. So, I totally lost my train of thought. I'm really sorry. It's that crying thing again. Yeah, I'm just gonna cry, okay? And then I'll sign off. But oh yeah, thank you, David. So, and I'll try not to cry about that too. But like, what had happened is I got my first. While I wasn't playing music, I started working in helping fields. Like, I worked in a treatment center for a lot of years. I worked in a lot of places where I was helping people with recovery. I was helping people starting to move towards just kind of generally being a helper in the social services, and that was actually fulfilling me quite a bit, almost as much as music. And so I was thinking, well, maybe this is what I'm going to be. Maybe I'll just be a helper. I won't be playing music anymore. But I ended up in a job at a place called Animakee in Winnipeg. And it was the first time I'd worked with a Native organization. And I never, my whole life I've kind of always been one of the only Indigenous people wherever I was. And this organization was all Indigenous people. And I didn't know at the time, but I still had a lot more work to do within me, healing from trauma and healing from what happened to me when I was growing up, being, with all my uncles and aunts, being in residential school, and have like all of them, with my aunts and uncles, like the easy stories are just the violence, like that's the baseline, and then what they've experienced got worse from there. And that's my aunt, like every aunt, every uncle, So I'm a second generation, survivor or whatever. All I knew is as I went through all these jobs that I was carrying a lot of pain. I was carrying tons of anger. Like, oh my gosh. When I started going to those sweat lodges, all of that started coming out. And it just started like fragmenting whatever that chunk of concrete was in my gut that I was always carrying around, and it always made me feel like I didn't belong where I was. And so, anyways, those sweat lodges started happening. I went to my first one, and then I started being able to hear the music. So there's two melodies in particular were the first ones that I started being able to learn and hearing the form of, and then when I started writing music and started playing again, which was after those sweat lodges started, I started feeling inspired again. And that inspiration, I think, was the healing that happened within the lodge. It started allowing that music to flow again. And I think that's where, I really like what that elder was talking about today. And me and David were talking about it the other day, how we're, as musicians, take away colonization and everything, I would be a musician. I'd be singing music, because I'd be singing, I'd probably have, I'd be and I think all of us probably would be, everyone that has that ability to take melodies and present them effectively. Like tonight we just saw like a brilliant example of, with Jade, with Brandon, with Zoey, we've just seen this example of how you can take music and present it, and not everybody can do that. So it's really, so yeah, this song is This next song is called Creator. It's a creator song. It's an elder named Neil Hall in the Manitoba area. First started singing it. And this song has traveled around the whole globe, this melody. An elder named Wilfred Buck told me that he was like, oh yeah, that song you can use with your band because that song is everywhere. That melody is everywhere. And he said he was in Germany visiting, and he saw them. He was like, I saw a bunch of white people doing a powwow, and he said that they were singing that song, and he thought that was really significant that this song had traveled from Manitoba all the way around the world. And so yeah, it's just a great privilege to be able to share another, kind of tribute to the song, or another, just add my own kind of music to it. So this recording is going to be on my next CD. The percussion player that's playing on this is actually from the Ducks as well. So I thought that was kind of cool that Brandon, mentioned the Ducks. And there's an amazing bass player named Paul Yee playing on this. And my guitar player / musical director named Victor Lopez is also playing guitar on this one. So yeah, so we can start that one. Thank you very much. Yeah, I really look forward to playing for everyone again. With everybody. It'd be awesome. Thank you.
Chuck Copenace, that was wonderful. My gosh, I love his stories. You could just listen to him. Like, I don't even think he needs to play trumpet. He could just stand up here and tell stories. I'm kidding, Chuck. I'm kidding. Okay, I just got the nod. He gets it. Yeah, no, and Chuck, when he told these stories, and he tells more stories, it lets you know the power of music, what and how it can play such a major role in your life. And when a couple, Jerry Atwall and Vince Fontaine, they've both left us in the last year or so. And we miss them very much. So I'm really glad he mentioned their names, because they were so rooted within the Indigenous community and all their contributions. So yeah, it was great hearing their voices, their names, I should say. I'd be remiss right now if I didn't mention we have some people that were involved with the working with everybody. We have J. Riley Hill here. He's a producer, recording engineer, mixing engineer from No Fun Club Studio. Stand up. And OHSOTO'KINO, he was one of the instructors, mentors, and did an incredible job, and we thank you for being here, making your way here from Winnipeg. We also have an incredible lady, Kaylee Cardinal, and let's give it up. She's a Juno Award winner 2020. And she's a mentor. She worked on songwriting, incredible vocalist. Please stand up, Kaylee. Kaylee Cardinal, everybody. And yeah, thank you for being here. Our final performer is Melody McArthur, and she's R&B, hip hop, pop, and tonight performer, and she's going to be singing with acoustic guitar this evening. She hails from Treaty 8. She's released 4 albums, Redneck Reservation, which is an interesting title for an album, back in 2018, Indigeneity, 2019, Rising Waters in 2020, and Kismet in 2022. So she's got a brand new album out. In May of 2020, she also released a remix album. She's a 2-time Edmonton Music Award nominee, 2018, 2019. There won't be a test later. For Indigenous Recording of the Year. She also holds a Bachelor of Arts degree from the University of Alberta. And when we were talking about music during our discussions, she finds music very inspirational, and she wants to bring the magic of music to community, and she's really driven to do that. And we're thrilled that Melody took part in OHSOTO'KINO this year, and I'm sure you'll be thrilled as well when after you hear her. So, Melody McArthur, let's give her a huge round of applause. Thank you, Melody.
Hello, Tantanitzigasun, Melody McArthur. I am so happy to be here. Thank you for waiting it out and sticking it out so that you could still see me. I appreciate it. Now, that being said, does anyone know about the concept of Indian time? Yeah? Have you heard that before? I just want to make clear a little teaching about what Indian time really is, because often there can be negative connotations behind it. When Native people say it to each other, it's very humorous. But basically what it really truly means is that everything that is supposed to happen happens when it's supposed to happen. Not a moment sooner, not a moment later. So I'm here right now in front of you. You're all tired because I'm going to wake you up. All right, let's start here. This is my guitarist, Badger, and my name is Melody McArthur. Take it away, Badger. Thank you. Some of you might recognize the way that I sing that song. Was actually first done in the style of Chris Stapleton's wife, Morgan Stapleton. And we went and seen her, my husband and I, we went and seen her in concert, seen him, listen to me, seen her. She's all I remember, right? But she did that song just like that. And it touched me like a lot because I had lost my son in 2016. And although the song is about love and it's about clearly a relationship, I really felt it in those ways and it helped me heal. And that's what I'm here to do with you tonight, is just express myself, because as Dave was talking about, I truly do believe that musicians are a gift from the Creator, or whatever it is that you believe in, an instrument for this world to try and share these things, connect with the audience and resonate feelings with you and elicit feelings and emotions. And that's what I'm trying to do here with my set. This next song is called Unseated. It's an original tune. And I have probably had about 12 singles chart the National Indigenous Music Countdown, but this one gave me my first #1. Remember in the day, used to meet me right away, cause I used to be down for you. And then you started acting strange, throwing dirt all on my name, soon as I became a threat to you. And so you wanna act up, wanna ruin what I built, wanna cancel, wanna come for me. Once born every day, used to be afraid, maybe now they'll see. Ooh, I'm coming for what they said I can have. Oh, ooh, unseated, won't surrender my land. Hear the noise, I gotta do my own thing, don't internalize, or you'll never be happy. I don't hear the noise, I'm blazing my own trail, soon you realize, when you try you never
never fail. I was humble, you're assuming, but I never looked down on you. Even though I took care, gave praise, always trying to claim that I had no love for you. And so you wanna act up, wanna ruin what I built, wanna cancel, wanna come for me. How quickly they forget who inspired, who encouraged all the things they trying to be. Ooh, coming for what they said I can help. Oh, ooh, unseated, won't surrender my land. I don't hear the noise. I gotta do my own thing. Don't internalize. Oh, you'll never be happy. No, I don't hear the noise. Blazing my own trail. Soon you realize I do what I say I want. Ooh, I can't be silenced or barred. Ooh, smile while you talk behind my back. Ooh, unbothered, I won't give you a chance. I don't hear the noise. I gotta do my own thing. Don't internalize. Oh, you'll never be happy. No, I don't hear the noise. I'm blazing my own trail. Soon you realize when you try, you never fail. When you try, you never fail. When you try, you never fail. Ow. Thank you. That song, Unseated, I mean, a lot of us know what the term unceded means here in so-called Canada. We understand it as land that is governed by and inhabited by Native people that has never been given up in terms of treaty, right? But when I write the song about it, I'm not only talking about that, I'm also talking about ourselves as individuals, whether we're Indigenous or not. I'm talking about our personal sense of sovereignty. Our bodies, our minds, what we think about, what we believe, atsak, our soul. Atsak is a word that means soul in Cree, and all those elements that come together in society, whether it's people, it's religion, it's race, it's income, it's whatever that divides us, and how that can come into your life and try to attack you and take your sovereignty away from you. And that's what Unseated is about. And my final song is a fun song called Meet Me at Our Spot by The Anxiety and Willow Smith. Thank you, OHSOTO'KINO. Thank you to this lovely audience for sticking it out. Means a lot to us artists. When I wake up, I can't even stay up. I slept through the day, fuck, I'm not getting younger. And when I'm older, I'll be so much stronger. I'll stay up for longer. Meet me at our spot. Caught a vibe. Baby, are you coming for the ride? I just wanna look into your eyes. I just wanna stay for the night. Drive, and maybe we could hit the 4-5. Hypnotized by the lights. Man, this must be the life. When I go to sleep, I can't even fall asleep. Something's got a hold of me. Feel it taking over me. When I'm older, I'll be so much wiser. I just got a drunk text. Meet me at our spot. Caught a vibe. Baby, are you coming for the ride? I just wanna look into your eyes. I just wanna stay for the night. Yeah, yeah. Take a drive, and maybe we could hit the 4-5. Hypnotized by the lights. Man, this must be the life. Meet me at our spot. Got something I wanna show you. Meet me at our spot. They can't find us there. Meet me at our spot. Got something I wanna show you. Meet me at our spot. They can't find us there. Caught a vibe. Baby, are you coming for the ride? I just wanna look into your eyes. I just wanna stay for the night. Then we take a drive. Maybe we could hit the move on. Hypnotized by the light. Thank you. If you want to follow me, my handles are at Melody McArthur Music, all across the board. TikTok, Instagram, all that stuff. Thank you so much, OHSOTO'KINO.
Melody McArthur and Badger. Awesome. Give it up for Badger's hair. That guy's got the best hair. Damn. We have a lot of people, some people watching online right now. We're streaming live, and we want to thank everybody who's watching, everybody who's here. We'd like to thank our crew again for pulling this together with the lighting, the sound, making it all look so easy. So thank you guys. Great job. And so this has just been a bit of a teaser of what's going on across Canada right now. There's so much music on the rise right now, and artists working with artists, inspiring other artists, and the more people that are, the awareness that's created, the more connections, the more synergies that will occur. So thank you all for being here tonight. Chi miigwech, and may we see you again soon. I hope.